could definitely make a movement. And regarding Mr. Brown, your comment on skate parks kind of dwindling in interest, a lot of those, there are those, and a lot of them are just due to the terrain or lack thereof, and or overly designed. So that's all I got to say about that. And it does need it. That's for sure.
So I have a few of our committee members here. I'd like you to stand up because they've been along with this cause right from the very beginning. So could I have a few of my committee members stand up, ad hoc committee members? Come on, Nicole, Greg, and Kathy's been there at our meetings. And I will tell you this, that when we went around to other parks, we made a point to ask the skaters there what they liked, what they didn't like. And also, when you consider the fact that for those of you that are, if there's someone in here that's apprehensive about putting a skate park in, there are so many communities that started with one and now they're up to 3 because it's a good thing for the community. So this particular project will be grant driven. We have some dollars in our DIF funding to start it off with, but it will be grant funded. We just submitted a grant application for, okay, yes, I know, but we're talking about skate parks. So anyway, I just want to give a few more people on the council time to speak if they want to. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I know, I'll bring it. I do want to say, there was a lot of concern from the public about the homeless being there. From my experience, that once we get something going and there's more people there and there's people in and out, the homeless are not going to be there because they want to be left alone. They don't want to be where there's a lot of people. So I think once this project gets going and as the work goes and the people start to show up, the homeless won't be there and they won't be an issue.
Thank you.
I have 4 kids, and my oldest that drives and I have both spent hours driving to skate parks. So I would definitely say that this would be a lot better than the Shoe City parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for the benches. And I agree with the whole, these kids need an outlet too, and it's not just about baseball and football and, all the mainstream sports, but there are so many different options that we need to give our kids. I am concerned about the security issues. I have watched the box park at My City Youth, and sometimes we need to be reminded to put our helmets on, and sometimes we get attitude about it. But all in love, never you, no. And all in love, there needs to be some sort of monitor, supervision, fencing to protect these kids that are out there. So I think that having someone that comes alongside to make sure that there's no fighting and, that everyone is being kind is going to be important. So I don't know how we can make sure that that's, part of the deal.
Well, of course, we'll have policy in place for all those things because it's important to protect our community in a number of ways.
And I don't know if we have a plan for a fence. I think that would be wise. The go bigger comment, I could see, I know that I know that I sunburn easy, but I could see a shaded structure that we can sit and watch.
Sure.
And if we do have competitions there at some point, but I think it'll all be done tastefully, but I think there definitely needs to be a monitor or some sort of accountability.
I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. This is your park. It's not our 5 parks, it's your park. And we encourage continuous engagement in this process. If council agrees to go through with this, and I'm hoping somebody will make the motion to do that, as far as just moving forward with the process, and as we move along, then we want you to be there you have got to be a part of this process. It's not up to us 5. You've got to be there, show your interest. You support us, we'll support you. So that's how it goes. So thank you all for coming.
All right, I'd like to make a motion that we move forward with the skate park plans. I would like to make sure we are using our grant funding that we have promised. Also, Ms. Shelley Abbott that spoke about getting the community involved in the building or participating, however, we need to take all the volunteers that we can get.
I want to just briefly, I want to ask if there's some individuals here that would like to be, we're kind of lacking on our committee now because people have moved away. So Shelley had come a few times, and we certainly want you to be a part of that. So if you'll get a hold of us, just send me an email or something, and we want my city youth to be a part of this effort, and with everybody's help, we'll make it happen. So we have
I'll second.
Making sure that we take care of the security of our kids.
right, absolutely. And so there's a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion?
Mayor, before you vote, there's a lot of little steps that you're going to need to take here. You're not authorizing any appropriations or money.
No.
And I didn't hear a direction to hire an architect to design something. So, the motion is really just to move forward with the process, which
Right.
might involve site selection, architecture, and things like that.
And bids for insurance and however all that works, because yes.
Thank you.
That's still a concern. Policing so that our police department is not babysitting. That's important too.
Yeah, Chris and I had the chance to speak this morning, and there's a number of items that were brought up briefly today in terms of security, protection of individuals that are there. And so there's a series of other items that we'll need to bring forward to council for discussion. I know we've got a handful of them that we talked about this morning, but we'll make sure that those are packaged appropriately so that we bring those forward to the council so we can talk about those as we move forward.
And Canton, I want to thank you for all your input and getting all this together and showing the kids that came out for the community meetings what it's all about and how it's done. And so thank you for that. So with that, I still need to vote to move forward with the process. Please vote. Oh, heck, don't do it yet because mine's stuck. Wait, mine's stuck. I know, but mine's stuck on...
Oh, let me reset.
Yeah, please reset.
Okay, go ahead.
That would be awful if mine said no.
Okay, I have them all in.
Okay,
There you go.
that's approved 5-0. Thank you. Thank you, Council. Anything more to add, Chris?
Thank you. No, I know it's been a long road, and as you all know, I'm third generation here. And to see the faces of the youth in this valley now, I was never scared of it, used to be one, but just to hear the stories we just heard from me, honestly, through this whole process, I think tonight has probably been the best moment for me.
I agree.
So, pretty cool.
Thank you.
All right.
And thank you for all your... Okay, with that, we're going to take a 5-minute recess before we start our regular 7 o'clock session. Thank you.